Welcome to Clocking In, Voices of NC Manufacturing. I'm your host, Phil Mintz, Director of the North Carolina Manufacturing Extension Partnership, otherwise known as NCMEP. My role is to drive outreach to NC manufacturers, build relationships to federal and state leaders, and coordinate efforts to drive profitable manufacturing growth in North Carolina. Throughout my time working closely with manufacturers, I have heard the most quirky, curious, and memorable stories. I wanted to turn these stories into a podcast so that others may hear and be informed and inspired. From humble beginnings to manufacturing titans, from tragedy to triumph. I will be interviewing some of these manufacturers who have made North Carolina manufacturing the powerhouse that it is today. Gilden is one of the world's largest vertically integrated manufacturers of apparel. Their activewear, underwear, socks, and legwear products are sold in North America, Europe, Asia Pacific, and Latin America to wholesale distributors, screen printers, embellishers, as well as to retailers and directly to consumers, primarily through e-commerce platforms. In addition, Gilden manufactures and sells to leading global athletic and lifestyle consumer brand companies who distribute these products through their own retail channels. In Sanford, Gilden has a factory that makes the yarn that goes into that wide variety of apparels, and we're fortunate enough to have a chance to chat with Whitney Womack, who is a recruiter for Gilden here in Sanford. So thank you for joining us on this National Manufacturing Day. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for inviting me. It's great to be here.
So Whitney, from that intro, I would say there's probably a pretty good chance that someone in this room may be wearing a piece of clothing that was made by Gilden.
Absolutely. I'm speaking to the students out there on the floor, and when I tell them about Gilden, a bunch of them start looking in their tags, and most of them have on Gilden shirts.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about some of the things you make and how it's used by your customers.
We mostly are known for our T-shirts. We also manufacture socks, underwear, active apparel as well. Mostly, I would say our T-shirts are go to screen printers, people that want blank T-shirts to make products. Comfort Colors is one of our very known brands. It's one of our high-end brands, I would say our customers say. That we're most known for. It's more, it's a vintage garment dyed type T-shirt, and it's really popular among the young kids right now.
So I guess T-shirts are still very popular. I guess with kids, I don't wear many T-shirts.
Absolutely,
but I do wear like active wear and sports type stuff. So I'm guessing that some of the things I may buy, you probably are involved in as well.
Absolutely, some of our major brands people might know us other than Gilden are Peds, American Apparel, Gold Toe, Comfort Colors. Those are some of our...
Yeah. Again, it's so many. And again, I'm sure they come and go, right?
Absolutely, yes.
And again, you're a fairly large plant, right? I think it's how many people do we have in the Sanford?
So here in Sanford, we have 500 plus employees. I have 2 plants here in Sanford that we're responsible for. We have over in the whole company 45,000 employees in 12 different countries. So it's a huge company.
So both of the plants here make the yarn?
Yep. So our plants here in Sanford are responsible for taking the cotton you see out in the fields, bringing it in. It goes through our process, and then it comes out as spools of yarn. Then we ship those spools of yarn to our sister plants, who then cut, dye, sew the product, and then ship it back to the U.S. to be distributed, or around the world, U.S., Canada, places like that.
Wow. So we know that Manufacturing Day is all about the excitement of making things across the United States and the values of having a career in manufacturing. So how did you get started in manufacturing, Whitney?
Yep. Back in 2006, I was just looking for a job. I happened to find a file clerk job. So that file clerk job turned into me becoming an HR administrator. Then 3 or so years later, I became the lead over HR. And then I left that company, eventually made my way to Gilden. And then I've been there for about 5.5, 6 years. I started off in payroll and just doing HR generalist duties. And now I'm recruiter/talent acquisition specialist.
Yeah. You ever get to push any of the buttons on the machines out there?
Well, yes, so I know what we're hiring for and what we're looking for and what kind of qualities and skill sets they need. I do try and go on the floor quite often to work with our employees, ask them questions. I wouldn't say I'm actually out there getting my hands dirty, but I'm standing behind them, asking questions, what they do, asking them what kind of person they think it takes to do this job, just trying to learn a little bit more of the skill sets for certain jobs we're hiring for.
We're here at a location where there's a lot of kids coming through today. So what are you telling them about manufacturing and why they should care about it?
Absolutely. There's quite a few kids coming through. I'm actually losing my voice a little bit from all this talk already. We're just telling them that Gilden's a great place to work. We're currently looking for machine operators and entry-level positions. So I'm explaining to them the process. I'm showing them a video about what we do. Many of them didn't even know Gilden was in the community. So just bringing that a little bit to light to them, just discussing benefits, pay, things like that, our culture at Gilden. And hopefully we'll see some of their smiling faces working in our plant one day soon.
Can you talk a little bit about what's happening so far to get some of these kids? I mean, I guess when they graduate, do many of them come through the college here or what has been your channels of trying to find somebody?
Absolutely. So we try and do job fairs. CC usually does a job fair once or twice a year. We try and attend it. We have reached out to some of the admin at CC, let them know that for specific jobs we're looking for, maybe it's an electrician or maybe it's technicians or someone with specific skill sets. We've been reaching out, seeing if they have any students interested as well. Some of the high school students we've been talking to that aren't maybe interested in going to college, that's okay. We're letting them know that we have some positions open for them, no experience is needed, and that we can provide all the training they need. So there's an opportunity for students that are graduating, ready to go to work, or students that are trying to go to school, get a higher degree in something else. There's a opportunity or spot for them, whatever they decide to do.
So when they get in there, does it feel like that the company's going to be growing? And what is the outlook for Gilden?
Yep.
And
so
what you do?
Outlook is very bright. So back in 2022, Gilden bought Frontier Spinning. We were previously Frontier here in Sanford up until then. So we went from a smaller, more privately owned company to a huge company, like I said, with 45,000 employees in 12 countries. I feel like the culture is changing a lot for the better. We're focused really on safety. We're really big on that, employee engagement.
Yeah, manufacturing in history, people kind of frown from it because it was, again, dirty but that's different now, right?
Yeah, the people are still going to get their hands dirty, and it's still a dirty job, but there's a lot more automation now. There's a lot more safety practices in place now. It's not the same place our grandparents used to work out. Things have evolved a lot more than what they used to be.
Yeah, focus is more important about keeping people safe.
Absolutely. That's Gilden's number one thing. We want you to go home the same way you came in that day. So we're really big on safety.
All right. So if I go by and visit Gilden, do I get a nice little shirt or something?
I'll make sure I get you one. I got you.
Yeah, well,
stop by my table.
You got so? Yeah, I was going to ask you, what are you giving away out there?
So today we're about out of goodies. As many students have came by, but we got water bottles, lunch bags, pens, sanitizers, all kinds of goodies out there. Bags.
Yeah. So again, we appreciate, I know you got to get back out there and talk to those students. So we appreciate your time talking with us today on National Manufacturing Day about Gilden.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for inviting me.
Thank you for joining today's Clocking In, Voices of NC Manufacturing. This podcast is brought to you by NC State's College of Engineering, the North Carolina Manufacturing Extension Partnership, and Industry Expansion Solutions. If you'd like to learn more about the solutions NCMEP offers, go to www.ncmep.org. Want to listen to previous Clocking In podcasts? Go to ncmep.org/clockingin.